What's up, YouTube? This is Bobo Breeze here. Today I'm going to show you guys my Nintendo 64 collection. So in another video I did, the Game Room Tour video, I kind of showed you guys my Nintendo 64 collection a little bit. But basically when the games are stacked up, you can't really see what the games are. So I'm going to show you guys all the games and stuff. So there's the Ice Blue Funtastic System. I've showed you guys this before. Just cool, you know, you got the matching controller. I have one extra controller at the house here, just in case somebody wants to play a multiplayer game, play some two-player. Now, my original Nintendo 64 is actually over at my parents' house, and that's just the regular black one. My younger brothers still play it once in a while, so they have that over there, and most of the games that I had growing up are also over there. So basically I had to rebuild my collection, start from scratch, and that's what I did. This was a long time ago now, well over 10 years ago. So anyway, get right into this, show you guys all the games. Alright, so I'll just kind of skim over, show you guys everything so you can see. I'll talk about the ones that I really like. So, Spider-Man. Really cool game. It's basically you're going to be swinging from building to building just like Spider-Man. It's very comic book, you know, esque, I guess you could say. It's really back when the comic book was what Spider-Man was basically what my idea of what Spider-Man was growing up, and that's basically how it's portrayed in this game. So, fun beat-em-up game. You beat up bosses and stuff, and didn't actually finish it, but super cool. So, okay, we'll show you guys here. Mischief Makers. This is a cool one that I picked up. I played it over at a friend's house a long time ago. Kind of a neat, funky, anime-ish style game, I guess you could say. It was, it's a super cool game. It's one of the oddball ones for sure, but it's definitely a really cool game. Check it out. Okay, you got Turok 2. Turok's, those games are good. You got F-Zero X. Fun racing game. Haven't played it a whole lot. Didn't really grow up playing F-Zero a whole lot, but, you know, you pick up the good games. So, Castlevania, that's a series that I've always been really into. Haven't gotten into the Nintendo 64 one too deep yet, but played it a little bit, and that's one that I'll get to. I'm actually looking for the Castlevania Legacy of Darkness. It's supposed to be a more complete version of the game. I'm actually looking for that, so... let's see, you got Shadow Man. That's a pretty cool game. It's more of an adult game. I never had it as a kid. Basically, you're a guy that you die, you go to hell, and it's pretty crazy. So, cool game. Got some puzzle games over here. You got Dr. Mario 64, Tetris. WrestleMania 2000, really fun. I used to have fun making my own characters and stuff in that. Multiplayer wrestling game. Really fun. So, let's see. Pokemon Snap. Kind of fun taking pictures of Pokemon. Bomberman 64. It's a pretty fun game. Used to rent from Blockbuster and picked it up. Iron Man Stardust Heroes and number 2. So, now I did talk about this in my top 10 video of N64 games. I did beat it, actually, finally. I just beat it about a month ago or so. Sat down, played it all the way through. Super fun, had a great time with it. Clay Fighter 63 1/3. Fun fighting game. Clay Fighter games are always fun for me. because they kind of stuck to more simplistic style like Street Fighter, where you do your moves. It doesn't get too crazy with, supers. I mean, it's got combos and stuff, but you don't, I always like the more simplistic fighting games. I never got into the ones where you're doing all these crazy super moves and combos and stuff. It's just a little too much. So, Gex 64, really fun. It's a 3D platformer, kind of like Mario 64. Um, you got some Star Wars games. You got, let's see, some really fun sports games that I used to play. Wayne Gretzky Hockey. This was the second N64 game I ever got. And man, we played that one a lot. I was into hockey at that time. I think I was about, we're talking about 13 years old, 12, 13 years old. We all used to play hockey at the park, roller hockey and stuff. I got real into hockey, so that was a cool game, fun, great experience. NBA Hang Time, that I played a lot. That one, you could basically turn your guys into these funny characters. Like, you could make the heads really big, and I think there were like cheat codes. You could have this like a basketball head and all these weird like things that you could do with it. I just remember it being fun. It's kind of like NBA Jam. He's on fire, and you got all this special stuff going on. So it was a little more than your regular everyday sports game. Definitely. I think maybe I'll do a top 10. I'm thinking about doing a top 10 sports games. Might have to do that. So, Cruising USA, real fun. You're driving across the country. You pick your car. Pretty fun game. Just a fun game to pick up and play. Vigilante 8. That one was just like Twisted Metal over on the PlayStation, but it was more like a 70s theme. You pick your car, you're gonna try to destroy the other cars. I think there might have been some objectives and stuff going on that you could do, but it was mostly basically like a Twisted Metal game. Alright, so then I've got show you guys most of these. So now I'm going to show you guys all these over here. So I got these cool blue cases. They're basically matching my system, as you can see. Basically you can put the game in them, you can put the instructions in them. It's basically, most of the time you didn't have the whole box. I've got a few complete box games, but most of the time you're not going to find the box and everything. So these cases are actually really nice because you can put the game in there. There's a Majora's Mask, really great game. I've showed you guys, talked about it before. But yeah, you can put the instruction booklet and everything else in there. And I'll just open one of these and show you guys. So you got this here, and then the game just kind of fits in here. Okay. And it's like that. It's really cool. So I'll show you guys the rest of those. So Turok, really cool game, dinosaur fighting game. I have Turok 2, I think. Yeah. I have Turok 2. I don't think I have number 3. I just have that one, number 2. StarCraft 64, fun. Before I had a PC, so was the reason that I had this. I never had internet growing up. My uncle had a computer. We used to go over and play StarCraft, and basically this is how I wanted to play it. This is how I got to play it at home. So, because I didn't have a PC, I didn't have the internet, I didn't have any of that growing up. So, all right. So, Diddy Kong Racing, really fun game. This one had I think a story mode. One of the cool things about it, you had a racing game with the story mode and stuff. So that's cool. Wave Race, really cool. Basically jet ski game. Played that one a lot. It was one of the early releases that we played. Pokemon Stadium. Really cool way to play your Pokemon games and see your Pokemon in 3D fighting it out. You had this pack here. You'd put the Game Boy game in here. You put this on the back of your controller, and then you basically load your Pokemon onto this, and you play it. It's super cool. I once in a while I do actually go back and play the original Pokemon games, and I do like to load them up on here and play this once in a while. So it's cool. It's a cool game. Forsaken. This was one that I never had growing up because basically it was advertised on the cover. There was like a nude woman, pretty much. And basically no parents ever wanted to buy this for kids. So the funny thing is that the game actually has nothing to do with their cover. They had some weird idea to advertise this game. I don't know. But it's actually a really unique game. You go around inside, like you're indoors. You're on this like hovercraft type thing. You're going around shooting. It's a pretty cool experience. It's a unique game. So, pretty cool game to check out. It's actually pretty cheap too. So, there's that. The almighty Star Fox 64. Great game. Alright, so then you have Mario Kart 64. Now, this one, I think this was the third N64 game I ever had. Was this one. I mean, I think we found it at the swap meet for like, I think we paid like $40 for it. I remember when N64 games first came out, they were like $60. They were really expensive when they first came out. So, finding one at the swap meet for $40 was pretty cool. So, it's Mario 64. Alright, so then we got Pilot Wings. So this one was... Pilot Wings, I think, has always been kind of a game that the system could show off what it could do. I don't think it was that much of a fun game, but it's kind of a thing that's been around Nintendo for a while, so... Mostly, I think the Super Nintendo one came out at launch, and I think this one might have came out at launch as well. So it was, always a thing where they're just kind of showing off the hardware, what it could do. So pretty cool. You fly around and stuff, but not much more than that. So, all right. So Super Smash Brothers. I've talked about this game in my top 10 video. You guys should all know about this game. Star Wars Shadows of the Empire. Really cool. I haven't played it all the way through, but it is a fun game. I've played it. It's cool. I think it's an original story, if I remember. I don't think it really follows any of the movies. I think it's more of kind of an original story type thing. So, cool Star Wars game. We got Paper Mario. It's a really good one. Kind of one of the Mario RPG type style games. I think they're still going with Paper Mario today, so it's still a thing. So that's the original. Donkey Kong 64. Now this is one I kind of picked up recently. I'd never actually played this growing up, so I think I'll have to give this one a go pretty soon. This one I'll have to do. I have to play this pretty soon. Okay, so Pokemon Stadium 2. Now, this is for the Gold and Silver Pokemon games. And just the same as the other one, you could use the transfer pack with your Pokemon Gold and Silver game. It's got, silver on the back and gold on the front. Pretty cool. So, basically the same as Pokemon Stadium, except, number 2. Alright. And then, last but not least, you got Kirby 64, the Crystal Shards. I've kind of played this off and on. It's kind of a fun game to pick up and play. It's kind of like the classic Kirby game, really. It's just 3D. So, it's pretty cool. Okay. So, that is for all those. Now, just the only 3 left, the box games. Mario 64 is the first game that everyone had, and that was no difference for me. I had This is the first one I had. Now the box I got recently, but the game is in there, and that's the first Nintendo 64 game I ever had, and it's in there. And cool. You know, it doesn't get better. This was the game that changed it. Everything. It's a game changer. Don't need to talk much about it. I talked about it in my other top 10 video. So, now this is my favorite N64. Well, it's my favorite video game actually of all time. And this is the original. This is the original one. It's the gold cartridge. I'll take it out for this video, just because it's super cool. So I have the game. I still have the plastic wrapping in it because I really want to keep this thing perfect. It's really, really in nice condition. It's practically flawless. So it is a version 1. It's a first one. It's got all the extra things in it that were actually taken out of the game later. So it's the original game. You got that in there. You got the booklets. This. You got the little inserts in there. I don't take this out very often, so might as well do it for this video. Figure. Alright. And then that's where it all goes in there. Shiny cover. It's pretty cool. And it's not in perfect shape, but it's in really decent shape, the box is. And it exists. It's still there. You know, most of these boxes got thrown away, so I still have it. Alright, and then the last one, WWF No Mercy. The best wrestling game on the N64. Probably one of the best ever made. Now I know that, I know that today they're still making mods of it. So, yeah, super cool. Alright, so that's everything, guys. I pretty much talked about everything here. And, thanks for watching. Hit like if you really enjoyed this video, and peace out. See you next time.